Fine. So now we can create a friend circle for this guy. Friend 1, friend 2. But here is the issue, right? Now, this friend 2 is also a friend of mine. So his friend circle should include me. So now there should be another doc type for this guy. So both places will have to maintain this relation. So the first approach we were thinking was better. The first approach was to maintain a relation, right? Mapping is friend of. Friend map. Friend mapping. Okay, let it be. Can't think of any better name. So A is a friend of B. Now this will involve multiple records, but at least now we have, see, these two are friends, right? So you query from here or here, doesn't matter. Okay, if we face issues going forward, we'll create one more record which says A is this. So A is a friend of B, then B is a friend of A. Yeah, pillbox says this is like implied. What is that property called? Not transitive. Transitive like A is a friend of B, B is a friend of C, then A is a friend of C. That property is cool. So now we have a friend mapping. So let's try to show it in the UI. So I will again go to okay. So I have two friends now. Let's go to our empty FrappeUI app and write some UI now. So I want a uniform margin around this thing. Now whatever we put here will have this, right? So any page, because I have put it outside the router view. Cool. So let's do one thing. But create list resource won't work. Why? Or will it work? Will work or will it not? It's not. So we want the logged in users friends, right? So for that we'll have to get the session user. How do we get the session user? No. Session.js has the session user. VS Code just isn't helping here. Where is the unexpected token? Oh, filters. Hmm, nothing. Oh, session user is administrator. Hmm, interesting. So what I will have to do is make this friends of administrator. Will it let me? No. So what I will have to do is I will have to log out and log in as build with Hussein. and then go to the app, and now I see two. Cool. He has two friends. Nice. Mm, I don't need a, so just the friend, and I will transform this. Or maybe not. I can transform it into a flat array without the array of objects. See, now it's just an array of plain strings. Okay, I want to display it, right? So this transform isn't getting applied when we use this list.data. wanted to check was friends. So where is that transform data? But I think in on success it works. Why is it not transforming the actual data? Or it should give some way to have that transform data. Maybe. Like I can do it right here. Maybe it is supposed to be done like this. Yeah, now I have a list of friends. But I don't need their. So what I want is b dot uh, so I want something else. So it's a link field, right? So from the user I want full name. And their image. Not banner image, but what's that image called? Avatar or profile image or something. This one. User image. So now we don't have to, I guess, map. We want the full data anyways. So we can go back to the simpler short circuit. Yeah, so they don't have images, but we did get the full name. Much better. Nice. It's not problem with avatar being inline. But why doesn't it align then? Okay. Maybe I can apply this thing. Oh, space y3 won't work, right? Yeah, got it, got it, got it. Here, this is the thing that is holding the list items. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, fine. This should be dynamic. Let's take a break after this. Two uppercase, okay. Yeah. And then you have to join it, right? Yes. This one liner will give you what you want. Okay. Now what I can do is get initials label, right? This can be get initials of friend dot full name. Nice. So John, Jenny, they both have this, but if I Jim Doe, then this should have become JD. Ha. Maybe FrappeUI is stripping it off. Yeah, Jenny Doe. That's properly going. But why is our logic not working then? Jenny Doe. JD, it should work. Or avatar automatically does the thing. What if I don't do this and pass the full name? Hmm. It just picks up the first letter automatically. Why did I write this? Ha, useless. Fine. Enough time spent getting their friends here. But yeah, now since we have the friends, uh, we can even like if this resource is being used like in a lot of places, then we can move it up the tree and load it with the session data and like store it in a global cache. But yeah, that's for later. Yeah, for now, I'll commit and then take a break. So now I don't think we need that two doc types that we created. This is tougher than I thought it is. But yeah, let's see what we can build in 2 days. That's also a fun exercise. If cool. We had friends. And the first goal is to create a split, right? So let's add a button. I'll do everything here, then we'll break it up into components and pages later. Okay. So on the click of this button, something should happen. And either we can show a dialog or we can navigate them to a new page, right? A new page is better. So let's go to router.js. Something went wrong. Hmm. Where is our data? Okay, maybe what I did was, yeah, I logged in as admin. I have to again go and log in as this one. Yes, it works now. And I want this to be a button. Link, not a button. Look like a button, but button. Uh, Link. Okay. Hmm. Nope, doesn't work. What does it expect? Oh, we can give route. I think link route is, can we give name? Nope. The documentation is not very, there is no documentation, but at least the route should be. Hmm. It's working. I think earlier also it was working, but for some reason, yeah. Let's try link now. Yeah, link also works, but it's, I think, opening in a separate tab or what. Hmm. This is better because, or let it be, doesn't matter. Yeah, so new expense, and then I can extract out a header component from here because I don't want to rewrite, and later when I come back to refactor stuff, I can easily do that. I'll restart VS Code after this because it's not giving me autocomplete or anything. So this can be the page header. Okay, I won't type this. I'll just restart VS Code. Yeah, see how now it works. Yes, much better. So now I can reuse this, right? So I can go to, Yes. So now it's consistent at least. Hey Roshan, how are you? Mm, very, I don't know, exhausted kind of when I need the energy the most. But yeah, it has been like busy week. Okay. Yeah. So what do we need to do? We need to build something like this. Add an expense, right? So let's try to copy this. And what I will do is I want a button, right? To save the expense. So this is the benefit of creating this header component. So now what I can do is I can wrap it in a div. I can move the margin to the div and here I can add a slot. I'm not adding a button here because I want to add a slot name equal to actions. Okay. Now what will happen is I can come here. See, so now save appeared here. But the magic is this flex justify between. Nice. Doesn't do anything for now, but we'll get there slowly, slowly, one step at a time. Come on. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. So here we need uh, some input components. So the simplest is the description and the amount. So let's first get that. Import form control. FrappeUI. I'll have to take a break in 5 minutes. Fine, let's build this form and then I'll go away. Let's give it a label. Description. Placeholder. Pizza from Zomato. Ha! Doesn't recognize tomato. That's fine. I want one more form control. 0.00 will be the placeholder. This will be amount. Space. Space. Y. 3. better. Amount should be type number. Yes. See, cool. Cool, 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 cool. Then the save button is there anyways. Hmm. Okay. Now this, I can build this as is, and I'm thinking of building this as is because this is kind of a nice UX. Currency, I'm not sure how we will be able to handle that. For now, it will be INR. But yeah, we can mark it to do. Later handle currency. So now I want that div, right? Paid by, paid by, then a span. Right now it is U, but it will change. And split. Ha! Shamelessly copying this. Okay. I will change it for now. I would just want to get it working. So this will be buttons actually. Right? Button. U button. And then variant will be outline. Nice. Variant will be outline. Nice. Okay, so when they click it, it should have a drop down. Uh, for now, I will let it be. But somehow we have to track that. This should be a drop down instead of a button. Hmm. Let's look at the docs. Here is the drop down. Actions. So I need a drop down, but okay. So let's copy this thing. Try it out first and then we'll see. Yeah, now it is a drop down. And I want two options. One is equally, that is already selected. Manually. Equally manually, equally manually, equally manually. Nice. So how do we store this thing? So when they click manually, it should change to manually. Let's do that before I quickly go for three from uh, view split method equal to ref equally. Nice. Okay. What else? So now we have the description, the amount paid by for now it will be paid by me only. So whoever wants to split, they have to create their own. And split equally is already implemented in the backend. Hmm. Okay. Cleanup, a little cleanup. But yeah, now okay. What else? Did that's fine. These are the required fields, right? And then okay, the main thing, who are you splitting with? So, okay. Um, hmm. Where should be that input? Can keep it below everything for now. So there is a component called tab buttons. Either you can select a group or hmm. Hmm. So what I want to do is I want to show them an input. How does this happen here? Here it is like an input and then they can select. Kind of like a tag input, but let's keep it simple. There should be autocomplete component that we can use. That is much better in this case. Autocomplete, yes. See, let's use that. So how do we use this? Okay, it takes options. V model placeholder. Okay, that. Okay. I think this will suffice. This multi-select thing. This is nice. Multiple equal to true. Okay. So we need to pass in the list of friends here, right? Image isn't being rendered. Okay. Yes. So split width and then you can select John Doe. So I'll watch this variable, what it gives, right? I'll have to turn off the internet on my very distracting. Go away. Okay, it gives an array of objects. Fine. Hmm. So now here we need the friends list that we already have in the dashboard, right? As I said, right, this friends mapping will be required everywhere. So we will load it on the top. Or better. Yeah, it's fine. We can export this from here. Export friends list equal to move this thing. So is it named cache or cache key? I'll have to check. Cache. Now instead of this and this and this, and even then Come on, VS Code. Okay. So if I hot reload, it works, but a full reload doesn't work. So I think I know what the problem is. Maybe when this is executed and the resource is created, um, hmm, so that's why we had to make it a function. Yes, now it works. And it will work hot reload without hot reload because we have handled it properly now. So what I did was I moved it up the component tree. And so now our state lives in app.view. So dashboard can just ask for that. So instead of using a state management library, just use what's available, right? And in expense, if you want the same list, no worries. Just call inject friends equal to inject friends. Nice. And now I want to populate this, right? That I'll do. Fine. But I will have to format it in this format. Friends, friend autocomplete options. Nice. For the first time in this stream. I feel we can do it. Yes, image, even image we can attach. So I want to split with John, Jenny, and there should be an option for me as well, right? So what I can do is, but it's okay. I'll be anyways part of it, right? The split. So let's make it explicit so user is not confused. What I can do is, okay, you should be already selected, and then they can select John and Jenny. Cool. Cool. What else? This is our equivalent of this. Okay. They can do attachments later is fine, but let's handle the save now before going too much deep into handling other cases. So first of all, we'll have to capture this information somewhere. So now we can replace this thing with just that split method, right? Nice. 11 selected friends can be, but okay, fine. Selected or friends. Splits. What do we call that child table? splits. We'll have to transform this, but that's fine. Yeah, we have to bind these things as well, right? Right now, only this is bound. Okay. For now, I'll hard code it to INR. Hey, Blender Forever. Yeah, this is probably the longest stream. Not probably, I guess, like 3 hours and 39 minutes. Yeah, I was missing you guys. Where were you? Nobody is here. I'm just coding along. Yeah, Umakant was there, I guess. Govind was there, yeah. I think they left. Maybe they're still there. But yeah. What was I doing? Yeah, I'm description, amount, currency, expense date. So this can be today's date. So okay, I'll get to that. Ref is no longer required. Yeah, let's start V model. Expense details dot description. V model expense details dot amount. So amount should be 0.0. V model expense details dot date. Okay. I have view dev tools. So notice when I did the form, notice these things. Burger. Right? There is burger. 400. Correct. Oh, it should be int, right? Number. Yeah, better. Date. So default I want to select today. Today. Okay, it is inbound. Hmm. You can hear the clock ticks. One sound making clock, that is. So you can see it as well. Right about here. Yes. Recently installed, like 2 days ago, I got it hung there. Okay, date. But the issue is when I set a date, it should update that value, right? Yeah, now it works. For some reason, it wasn't working back then. Burger, Swiggy, me, Jenny, John. Okay, today should be default. So let's say, we go to console. It should automatically set this one, right? If it works, but it doesn't. Gets dash. Format date string. So, very fake fancy in my office, anyone call you very chalak? Uh, I guess thanks. Blend forever, you're saying format date string. How do I format? It's always like, it's not very straightforward. Without using an external library, of course. They are writing their own format functions. I can't do that. I don't have that much time. Hey Sanjay, how are you? Do-do-do-do-do-do. So now we can. So I can play around with it in the browser now. See, we got the string, now we have to format it. Yes. Now we have today's date. We got it using this. I am building a splitwise alternative, right? So this is splitwise, where you can settle up with your friends, right? You can track expenses and then track who owes who how much, right? You can even create groups of friends, and then you can split equally or some things like that. Cool. What were we doing? Yeah, now everything works, right? So now we can implement the save functionality. Function save expense. And this function will be called when we click this save button here. Unstoppable today, unstoppable today, unstoppable today, unstoppable today. Mm, mm. Okay, so now we have to send the data for the expense, right? So description will be expense details dot description. Amount will be, let's do one thing. Let's send expense details itself. And I'm pretty sure this will learn out, but we can display the error message while we are at it. And we also need the loading text. Ah, we don't need. Button has a loading state. Loading equal to expense list resource dot insert dot loading. Okay. And then error message, right? I think we can show it at the top. Do one. Let's try it. Paid by you, split equally, split with John and Jenny. Hit save. Internal server error. Okay, fine. At least the error message is displayed. Division by 0. Okay. Child table is not populated. That is why. So I knew it won't be because here it is selected friends and there it is splits, right? So what we have to do is we'll have to do this and then we'll have to say splits is expense details dot selected friends dot map. So that will be okay. Let's go to the desk and check quickly. User. What did I do? Auto formatting isn't working. That is why the issue. Okay, let's try again. Ice cream. 1200. Today is fine. Split equally is fine with me and John. Hit save. Value missing for expense paid by. Okay. So again, paid by is right now it will be the session user. Later on, we will let them select who paid it, right? Ice cream again. 1200. John, Jenny. Let's see. No error this time. Go to expense. Come on, work. Yes! Ice cream and 1200. So each of them split 400. So at least some progress, right? So from the client view, now you can do this sort of stuff. Ah, hey Kevin, good morning. Good morning from Kenya, Kevin says. Good morning from India. It has been way past morning, so it's afternoon. But yeah, I've been the longest stream ever, 4 hours now. But yeah, now let's commit whatever progress we have had. Feet. So before committing, or we can create new expense from front end. So ultimately, this front end will be a PWA. That's why I'm not worrying about the desktop view. Only PWA. No desktop view. Because I myself use Splitwise in the mobile. So cool. So this will also be turn out to be a maybe a tutorial kind of thing for PWA. But let's see. So okay. Yeah, as I was saying, after hitting save, it should take navigate them back somewhere else. So for navigation, we will have to use router from view router. So this is the router. So we'll have to do it on success, right? So this is one object. Router dot replace. So we'll go back to, let's go back to home for now, or the dashboard. Okay. So let's try it one more time. Pizza, 1,000 rupees. Only John was there. And yeah, nice. We are navigated back here, and in the back end, it split 1,000 to 500 and 500. Notes is not there. INR 1,000. Everything looks good. Yeah, now we can commit. Core. Navigate to dashboard after expense create. Okay. So there is one issue. If we go to GitHub, that will fix first. The memories and the memory. So CI is failing. I know why. We even talked about it, that our tests, right? Oh, it fails as an install itself. What is failing? Build is failing. Oh. Oh. Let's try to run this in local bench build dash app. Hmm. It worked in local. What? At least give me some error. Okay, no such file or directory. www. Ah, okay. Typical, like, this should be fixed in framework itself. So I'll tell you what's happening. Control Shift E, Command Shift E. Yeah. So what's happening is this www directory, right? This is not checked into uh, source control. Git keep, just to keep it. And this front end should be ignored. So we'll open git ignore and ignore it. Okay, batwara slash www slash frontend.html. What else do we have to ignore? This public slash frontend. Batwara slash public. Maybe I can make this part of the OPO so it automatically happens. Public slash frontend. Nice. Fix. Good stuff. Now it will still fail because our unit test, right? It is not very data dependent. So this is the one we need to. So we wrote it to do. So now next step will be to show a summary of who owes how much who to whom. Before that, let's fix these unit tests. So green check and then deploy to Frappe Cloud. So we have a running instance starting today itself. Or we can wait till tomorrow. Anything works. But I have the domain name, so why not host and let other users sign up and create test things on there. I'll even set up email if needed. Cool. So this should be created automatically. Test user frappe.get doc. So what is mandatory for creating a user? Email first name. We have to run this test, right? Run nearest test. Yeah, it works. So yeah, now we can remove the to do. Friend1@email.com, friend2@email.com. This is what we are using. Okay, let's test. Create test users. We can clean it up later. We can put it in setup function, but for now it is fine. Let's move on to the dashboard. So now I want to derive the summary from the expense, right? I have the expense and like the splits and everything, but how do I derive the summary? And I think we might have to refactor our doc type structure a bit if needed. This can be a separate page, friends page. This button can be here, but yeah, let's show the summary. Let's copy this. Now this is the new song that came. For now, I'll add a margin here. So how do we derive this? Let's go back to our document. So everything is stored in this expense doc type, right? Expense doc type has a child table. So suppose I am user A So user A, right, has paid some expenses. So I'm thinking this should be a ledger, right? Like in ERP next, there is a ledger, right? Which is kind of, what do you say? Somehow when you add one column up, it gives you the balance, right? It should be as easy as that. But in our current model, we have to look at the child table rows. So suppose I want to find use how much user A is owed, right? And from whom, right? So this is a basic question, right? Which of my friends will pay me and how much, right? That's a fair ask, and that is what this app is used to track, right? Let's think about it a bit, because this is the base of this app, right? This will form how easy or hard things will be for us going forward. So if we use the current model that we have, we'll have to pick that child table and see. Let's go back to the desk and see, right? This is the expense and this is the amount this guy owes to the one who paid, right? Self-owning is it's not considered, right? I owe myself 500 doesn't make sense. But this friend, the friend one, owes me 500, right? Clearly that can be added. So friend1 at email.com, 500, right? 500. Hello, Mehran. How are you? Um, okay, 500, right? And that is, and then the parent, where the parent dot paid by is user A. This is the filter we can use. And then, right, this will get us how much total is owed ever, right? FOSS Hack 2024. Nice. So this is tough. Why does my brain does not work? So let's take a simple use case and figure it out, maybe. So there are three friends A, B, C, right? A paid, there should be a simple DB model that can get us here, right? A paid 300 equal distribution, right? B and C owe 100 to A, right? This is clear. This is not tough, but how do we track this in This TikTok song playing. Maybe this is disturbing. I'll pause it and think. Think for a few minutes. So I want a data structure or doc type structure where I can easily track this ledger and form the summaries, right? Right now I'll go into the child table, and then even if I get like this 500 from there, right? Or it can be a running ledger where it is updated after every expense or every settlement and maintains a summary for each user automatically. That is another option. I think that is done in Frappe Cloud for balance transactions. So when you load prepaid credits, uh, it is like you load 1,000 rupees, right? And then your first month bill is like 410 on the $5 plan, right? So that 410, a submittable document is created, which is called a balance transaction in Frappe Cloud. If you want to see, check the press repo. But that will then store the updated balance as well as where this 410 was all allocated, right? So if you want to know the balance at any point in time of that user credit balance, you don't have to sum or do any calculations. You just check the last balance transaction and it will give you the balance. So that's like a running ledger, right? Uh, Cumulative some kind of thing. So it like every record at that point has the calculation. So the last record has all the balances. I don't know if I'm making sense. I'm like just thinking out loud. Can that concept be somehow applied here? So this is now a mathematics plus DB model problem more than building a web app. Remove the earphones as well. So this requires some thinking. This is not as easy as I thought, right? Just okay, 900 was paid, and then okay, I will divide this by 3, and then 300, 300. But the main problem here is the keeping track of data and reporting it properly, right? That's the problem they have solved. Like even they have bugs. I have like confuses at sometimes because it's not an easy problem. It's not that hard of a problem as well. So okay, I'll take a notebook now.